Warning! Kinda Murdery contains adult themes, explicit language, and descriptions of violence. It is not suitable for anyone, and we recommend you stop listening now.
California's rugged and scenic northwestern corner is the beginning of the great Pacific Northwest. A region of untamed and primitive beauty.
And the Humboldt County Sheriff's Department has now joined efforts with the Arcata Police.
Growers living off the grid. Humboldt County also has the highest rate of missing person cases in the state.
Where 60% of marijuana is grown in the United States.
There's a lot of evil here. A lot of evil.
This is Kinda Murdery, and you're entering the Emerald Triangle. Wow, that was nuts. Kinda Murdery is sponsored by HellaDoge.com. That's HellaDoge.com, the social media platform that pays out 80% of its profits in real Dogecoin to real users every freaking day. It's a blast, you guys. It's like the Wild West on there. I'm there. Everybody's hilarious. We're all getting paid in crypto. Get off the Facebook. Get into the crypto game. HellaDoge.com. Hey everybody, welcome to Kinda Murdery. I'm your host, Zevon Odelberg. Thank you for deciding to be here. Today, we're traveling to the town of Boonville, California. Boonville's in Mendocino County. It's about 20 some odd miles from Ukiah, where we've been before, both for Insomniac Ukiah Strangler, and of course, the wonderful episode with my buddy Niall Madden, where we talked about that epic grifter. Well, today, we're going to be talking about a stagecoach robber, a man known as the Lone Six-Shooter, and how he robbed a stage, then got almost caught, then failed to rob a second stage, the stage to Boonville, and then got caught for good. But before we get on to that, I got to introduce you to my amazing guest today. I am here today with Miss Daisy Fu. Hey Daisy, how you doing?
Hi. I am 10 years old, and I am the host, the fabulous host, actually, Zevon Odelberg. Yes.
You're me? Did you say you're me?
No, I'm the daughter of you.
Oh, that's right. You're my daughter, of course. I've got the wonderful pleasure of joining me on the mic today, my 10-year-old daughter, Daisy. And I'm really excited to have her here. In Daisy's honor, this will be a mostly family-friendly episode of Kinda Murdery. You don't want it to be family-friendly?
Never.
You want it to be super inappropriate?
Says me stroking my chin.
Oh my gosh. Do you have whiskers on your chin?
What?
She doesn't. She doesn't have any whiskers. I'm happy to report that chin is smooth as a baby's butt. All right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for introducing me that way. Thank you.
So Daisy, are you, after we talk about the lone six-shooter, the stagecoach robber, are you going to tell us a story today?
Maybe.
You want to
tell me stroking my chin.
You want to tell the audience what your story is called?
Not yet. It'll be a secret.
Come on, give them a little taste.
Alright, fine. It's called Molly's Dolly.
That's right. So
it's a scary story I read in a weird, creepy book I found at a book fair.
Was it a creepy book fair?
No.
After the lone six-shooter, stay tuned for Molly's Dolly. And then after that, we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to talk about the town of Boonville, but specifically something called Boontling. What's Boontling? Boontling is the language invented by the Boontlingers. It's its very own language.
Wait. Did you just say Boonville? Like that Little Buddy Foo Foo song? Like, I'm the Boonville fairy, and I'm gonna turn you into a boon.
Yeah, I think it was down came the good fairy, and I'm gonna turn you into a goon, but close.
Wait, I really thought it was a boon.
Yeah, we're going to the town of Boonville today, everyone. Anyway, Daisy, shall we get I should put my headphones on like a pro.
Are you gonna keep that in there?
All right. So, shall we get going? You can't just be drinking willy-nilly, okay? Everything you do gets picked up on the mic. If you need to drink, that's fine, but you can't just be drinking anytime you're not talking. Okay, thanks. All right, Daisy, shall we get into the lone six-shooter? You ready for this?
I was born ready.
You're hilarious. All right, so taking you back now to Wednesday, January 15th, 1896. Are you familiar with the 1800s, Daisy?
Yes, like the pantaloon times? Wow.
That's right. It's the pantaloon times, exactly. All right, well, so again, it's Wednesday, January 15th, 1896. Yeah, very weird. When some pony robbed a stagecoach that runs from Ukiah to Willits, California. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said something about Ukiah and a stagecoach.
No, I said some pony robbed the stagecoach.
Oh, like some young guy?
No, like Daisy and I like to watch My Little Pony together.
Oh boy. I spent hours today drawing my own, and my dad really loves them.
Your own My Little Ponies?
Yeah.
But are they're like, they are...
Characters I already know, like, from shows that I watch.
So you did basically pop culture crossover ponies, right?
Yeah, I got Cowboy Bebop, Teen Titans Go, and Total Drama.
Well, as an official card-carrying nerd, I would just like to say, that is sick. Now, let's get into the story. So, it's Pantaloon times, January 15th, 1896, and somebody robs a stagecoach that runs from Ukiah to Willits. Well, that very same day, ex-sheriff and current... You need to blow that nose?
Yes.
All right. Let's pause. All right, so headed back to Pantaloon times. It's Wednesday, January 15th, and somebody robs the stagecoach that runs from Ukiah to Willits, California. Well, that very same day, ex-sheriff and current thief-taker, a dude named Stanley...
Wait, did you just say thief-taker?
I did, I said thief-taker.
Wait, what?
Do you know what a thief-taker is?
Of course not!
Okay, so a thief-taker is somebody who goes out and takes thieves. A bounty hunter. Do you know what a bounty hunter is?
Of course I do.
How do you know what a bounty hunter is?
Like, everything? Like Cowboy Bebop and Mandalorian?
Okay.
And, like, literally everything?
I get it. I'm sorry I asked. Okay, duh yourself.
No, duh.
Ex-thief-taker and ex-sheriff and current thief-taker, a dude named Stanley, gets word from a messenger in Willits that the stage has been robbed. Stanley talks to his buddy Jim Jiminy Pants Muir. No.
Wait. What?
No, his name's Jim Muir. I just wanted to see if you were paying attention.
Thanks a lot, mister.
Yeah, and so Jim Muir says that eyewitnesses pegged the stage robber as a dark-haired, dark-complexioned, probably half-Native American man. So, Daisy, this story is a good example of why you should always take eyewitness testimony with a huge grain of salt.
Sus.
And we'll get into why that is. So Stanley heads up to a place called Copella, not far from Ukiah, about 40 miles from Boonville, and he gets to thief tracking. He's tracking with two other men. Their names are Andy Burke and Jim Jameson out of Redwood, California. They leave their horses tied up near a creek in Copella, and they track on foot. They find some tracks, and they follow them where they arrive at a woodcutter's camp where there's a bunch of woodcutters sitting around. Do you know what a woodcutter is?
Something that cuts wood?
People that go out into the forest to collect wood and cut it so they can burn it in stoves at home.
So burning wood is what a woodcutter is.
It's why they're cutting wood.
Someone who burns wood.
Someone who's cutting wood so they can burn it in the stove at home. You know, like your grandfather has wood heating and wood cooking in the...
Well, that sounds sussy.
What does sussy mean?
It means sussy. Suspicious, sus, weird, or sus.
Okay. So now, weren't you telling me the other day about the origin of sussy? Like, when was it invented? When did people start saying sussy? And this surprised me.
The 1930s.
So I thought it was like the new lingo from the children's, but it turns out it's been around almost 100 years. Okay. So anyway, they find these woodcutters, and they realize these are not the guys that they want. But for some reason, and because this story is told by Stanley to the newspaper, for some reason tracking the wrong guys makes Stanley exuberantly confident that he can actually catch the right guy. Not sure why. It's not that logical. He suggests to Jim Jameson and Andy Burke that they go back to Ukiah and take the town apart, and then head north into the woods to find the robber again if they have to. So basically it sounds to me like he wants to call it a day and go drink some whiskey.
Yeah, isn't that you?
He's not really that interested in catching the robber. He just wants to go back to town and go nuts at the bar, right?
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, that has been made clear for many years.
All right. So, this is getting a little awkward for me. Okay, so Jameson and Burke, the sidekicks of this Stanley guy, or Stanley guy? This story is super interesting, right? Are you just riveted?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely. So they decide they're going to walk back to get their horses. Now, Stanley, while he waits for them, he decides to investigate the Indian Rancheria where they are, and that's where he runs into this dude he knows named Arnold Ford. And Arnold Ford tells him, dun dun dun, yo bro, some stranger had dinner at my house last night.
Yeah, that's also sussy.
Right. So Stanley meets back up with Burke and Jameson, and they track Arnold Ford's dinner stranger to the Camp Bethel campground, and they're riding past a brush fence, Stanley is, when he comes across a blonde stranger with a red beard and blue eyes. Now, this goes back to why I said don't trust eyewitness testimony, because he sees this guy with red hair, with red beard and blue eyes and blonde hair, and he rides past him because he assumes he's not the guy he wants, because he thinks he's supposed to be looking for a dark-haired, dark-eyed, dark-complexioned, half-Native American guy. But he decides that he might as well ask old Blondie McRedbeard if he's seen any swarthy stage robbers about.
Oh
so,
my. POV made me trying not to laugh.
You're allowed to laugh. What, you like Blondie McRedbeard?
Yes!
All right.
Very much so, yes!
I remember she used to have a giant crush on Justin Turner from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Speaking of Blondie McRedbeard. I never did. I just felt
bad for him. You hated him.
Okay.
And I was obsessed with Ed Sheeran. My favorite song when I was 6 was Shape of You. And now I listen to the lyrics and notice what was wrong with me back then.
What was wrong with you?
Listen to the lyrics yourself. You would notice.
Are you saying that the lyrics are sussy?
Yes!
Okay.
Very sussy.
So he decides to ask old Blondie McRedbeard if he's seen any swarthy stage robbers about. So he wheels his horse around and he rides back to the guy. Now, as he rides back, the man stops walking and stands quartering him with his hand poised above his hip. At this point, even though the dude doesn't fit the description at all, his pose, like a gunfighter waiting to draw, and his stormy countenance. Do you know what stormy countenance means, Daze?
No.
His angry face. His stormy countenance. Do you like this flowery language, or would you prefer I just say angry face?
I prefer you just say, yeah, angry face.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I like your stormy countenance, or whatever you want to say.
Stormy countenance. Stormy incontinence would be like, it's stormy outside and stormy in your guts, and so you're crapping yourself. That would be stormy incontinence. This is a stormy countenance.
Ooh.
So anyway, he's poised there. This Blondie McRedbeard guy is poised there with his hand above his gun, and his angry face and the hand above the gun convinces Stanley that this man must be a criminal. Stanley asks the man his name, and the man gives him what Stanley says is some German name.
From the land of Deutschland. I was just singing about a song today.
About the land of Deutschland?
Deutschland. Deutschland.
Excellent. That's just
funny.
Oozing talent there.
Deutschland. You want some good Deutsch?
I think we have every European heritage in our family except for German. So maybe the grass is always...
You want some Deutsch?
Okay. Maybe the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence.
Maybe when you water it.
Okay. So he gets a German name from the guy, and he can't specify what that name is, but he does say it's not Schneider, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, exactly. So he then asks the man where he's from, to which the man replies, I'm from San Francisco. And during this brief questioning, the guy's got this air of a desperate criminal, and he keeps his hand poised above his hip, and he's quite obviously, in the words of Stanley, ready for any contingency. You know what that means? Ready for any contingency?
It probably means difficulty.
It means that the guy's ready to draw his gun and shoot. He's ready for any contingency.
Says me stroking my chin again.
All right, so he's ready to draw his pistol and fire. So now Mr. Stanley, the thief taker,
Woo!
decides to be a little bit sneaky himself. He moves to turn his horse around. Then he calls out to the man, "Hey, put your hands in the air!" At the same instant, Stanley throws his rifle to his shoulder and attempts to shove a cartridge from the magazine into the barrel and strike the trigger with his same backward motion. But quick as a flash, the man raises his hidden hand, which, as Stanley suspected, holds a pistol, and he shoots Stanley in the arm. Stanley falls off his horse at the opposite side from the robber, and when he tries to pick up his gun, he realizes his arm is broken. Yeah, because he just got shot in it with a big old bullet.
Likely story.
So, then he rests the muzzle of his gun on the ground, and shoving the butt of the gun against his chest, he throws a cartridge into the barrel. Resting the rifle barrel on his horse's saddle, he tries to get off a shot at Redbeard. But just as he's doing that, Blondie McRedbeard shoots him again, this time through the fleshy part of his thigh.
Did you just say the butt of the gun?
Yes, guns have butts.
Of course. Anything has a butt, even an inanimate object.
Yes, and also a person.
Really?
People have butts? Yes, really.
Wow.
So, as he's trying to shoot Blondie McRedbeard shoots him again, this time through the fleshy part of his thigh.
The fleshy part? What is that?
Just
is
like,
that like
the meat of his thigh. No, come on. The meat of his thigh, like not his bone, not his muscle so much, just like his chubby McFat thighs. So now,
well, this story just got turned upside down. I never actually thought he had chubby thighs. Never crossed my mind, really.
So after getting shot for the second time, Stanley is understandably feeling a little bit woozy. He's dazed. And at this point, he's like, I can't beat Blondie McRedbeard. And so he decides to walk away, keeping his horse between himself and the robber. And when he gets to the road, he lucks into meeting Mr. and Mrs. Ford, who give him a buggy ride back to Ukiah. He makes it to Ukiah, where the doctors discover that the shot to the thigh is no biggie because it's a through-and-through flesh wound.
Wait. Did you just say biggie and buggy in the same sentence?
I might have.
I hear a friend at school says that his mom calls his dog Buggy Bear.
Oh, okay.
that's a little bit laughable for me.
All right, well, I did. I said buggy and biggie, or no, but yeah, I did in the same sentence. A buggy and biggie in the same sentence. So, look, the shot to the thigh is just a flesh wound, and it's no biggie. But the shot in the arm is quite serious because he's been shot in the arm with a large caliber Navy pistol, and the bullet passed through the bone between the elbow and the shoulder and entirely shot away more than a half an inch of bone. Whoa. How much is hold up a half an inch. Let's look at that.
I know what a half of an inch looks
Of course
like.
So imagine getting a half of an inch of bone shot out of your arm.
Wow.
Pretty gnarly, right?
Did you just use the word gnarly?
I did.
Totally tubular, man. Says me holding up only my pinky and my index.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, brah.
Yeah.
All right. So on that day, the robber got away. But he was captured just a couple days later on January Saturday 18th. On Saturday, January 18th. We just heard the story of when Stanley tried to capture the stagecoach robber, but he got away. Good old Blondie McRedbeard got away, right?
Can you stop calling him Blondie McRedbeard? That's just making me picture something really wrong.
Why is it making you picture something really wrong?
Don't question me. Get on with it.
Okay. So are you ready to hear the story of how the robber got caught after all?
Well, yeah.
And this is as told by Sheriff Johnson, who's a different sheriff.
Alright, I'm making a really creepy smile right now.
Sheriff Johnson gets word from some of his men that they've seen some campfire smoke up Robertson's Creek. And he had some suspicion that the robber was working in that direction, which was south of Boonville. And he thinks the guy might still be there because you see the stagecoach that Friday from Willits to Ukiah had failed to arrive. And so the sheriff had sent out all of the mail and the money and payments and the Wells Fargo box and everything that was headed to Boonville.
Wait, what about the female?
Headed to Boonville on a light buggy. And so essentially, as far as the stagecoach robber knows, the stagecoach had never gone out. So basically they managed to sneak the booty past the robber by putting it on a light booty buggy.
Alright, so you said booty buggy twice in one sentence?
Yes, a light booty buggy.
Alright, you're really going hard on these BY ones.
Yeah, I'm really going hard on the booty buggies. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, just if there are kids watching this, just forget that. Just forget what he just said, because there's no need for an explanation or anything.
Yeah, there isn't. It's a wagon with treasure on it, a booty buggy.
Yeah, and he's really riding it. Yeah, okay, whatever.
And I'm really riding that booty buggy hard, is what you said.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so anyhow.
Pretend like you didn't hear that.
I don't know what you're thinking about. But anyway.
You know what I'm thinking about.
So the sheriff thinks that because the stagecoach never went out and he managed to zip the booty buggy over to Boonville, that the stagecoach robber might still be out and about waiting for the next stagecoach, and that he's probably hiding out near Robertson's Creek. So when he hears about the smoke, he sends his guys out there. So the sheriff and his deputies go bopping on down the road, and who should they see strolling down the road, reading a newspaper like he hasn't got a care in the world? It sounds like I'm just making it up, doesn't it? Strolling down the road, reading a newspaper. But I'm not. It's the truth. They see Blondie McRedbeard strolling down the road, reading a newspaper. And so they immediately tell him to put his hands up, but he doesn't put his hands up. He just turns around slowly, and he's got his hands poised over his guns like, wow, wow, wow.
Bonk chicka wow wow.
No, that's the wrong music, you goose.
Coolio.
And he's like, what is it you always say?
I'm gonna beat you with my chancla. Alright, I'm gonna go get a flip-flop.
So he turns around but he sees that the sheriff and the sheriff's two deputies, he sees that the sheriff and the sheriff's two deputies are there with 3 rifles pointed at him. So he finally...
Some John Wick level action.
Yes. So he finally puts his hands up. And the sheriff walks up, and the sheriff removes 2 pistols from Blondie McRedbeard, disarming him. And then they put him on a horse. But as soon as he puts him up on the horse, Blondie lunges across the horse and tries to grab the pistol out of the sheriff's belt. So after that, they tie him up and they throw him over the back of the horse. And they bring him into town. And he gets arrested.
Why am I laughing?
I don't know. So, he gets arrested. They figure out that he's...
Actually a girl?
Yeah, they figure out he's actually a girl. He remarks in custody that he's sorry he hadn't managed to just kill Standler that day, the guy who he shot in the arm. And then the authorities suspect him of having committed several stagecoach robberies, and they decide that he is in fact the lone six-shooter stage robber that they have been looking for. And then beyond that, and so this is kind of funny, right? Because, and by the way, his name is not Blondie McRedbeard.
Of course, his name is John Smith.
His name is John Schneider.
Oh, his name is John?
And Schneider, just like how the Stadler guy was like he didn't say Schneider. Well, he is. He's expected of murdering a milkman in Ukiah a couple years earlier. Yeah, he's murdering milkmen now.
Yeah, that's perv.
Okay, let's not say perv. Find something else. He's suspected of murdering a milkman in Ukiah.
That's sad.
I know. How are the babies?
What was the milkman's name?
Marty the Milker. Milk and Marty.
Try harder, Daddy.
Milk and Marty MacGuffin.
Well, I didn't know he was the MacGuffin. I thought that was gonna be like some thing.
You know what MacGuffins are? That's pretty good.
Yeah, you told me one time. Oh, right. It's that McDonald's sandwich. Imagine McGuffin. Like just a sandwich.
Oh my gosh, you're thinking of
McDonald's.
MacGuffins are the random thing that drives a plot forward, right?
I know. But what if the MacGuffin was actually just a McDonald's sandwich?
You're a goose. All right. So anyhow,
me massaging my face. My face hurts from smiling.
So they think he murdered a milkman, and that his actual name might be Miller, and he's definitely robbed a bunch of stages, and that's the story of the lone six-gun shooter. Now, Daisy, did you have a story you were going to tell us today?
Yeah, maybe. So it's called Molly's Dolly. Yeah, pretty creepy.
So tell us the story of Molly's Dolly.
Yep. Alright, so this girl, Molly Smith, who lives in Chicago, it is her birthday in November, so
does that make her like a Scorpio?
No, she's a Sagittarius, weirdo.
Sorry, you're the expert on star signs, but
yeah, you can be a Scorpio.
I don't trust Sagittariuses.
Well, I do, and that's what matters.
Why do you trust them?
Because they're sweet people.
Okay,
yeah.
But if there are any Sagittariuses listening to this show, I don't trust you, but Daisy thinks you're sweet.
Yeah. So, anyway, her mom wants to buy her an early birthday present to give to her early.
Why? What's her mom's name, and why does she want to give her an early birthday present?
Barbara, Daddy. Her name is Barbara.
Okay, the mom Barbara, but why an early birthday present? Why not just a birthday present?
Daddy, think.
Okay, go ahead.
You want your present before your birthday comes, don't ya?
Well, I might want it then, but I'm not going to get
it.
Okay,
fine. Her mom is a very sweet person. So her mom is planning on buying her a nice Chicago present. So
you mean like a deep dish pizza? Like, what's a Chicago present?
It's a
kielbasa?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, anyway,
so she goes.
Continue.
She thinks of going to buy her a dolly.
You mean like one of those things they use to move a refrigerator? A dolly? Like a hand cart?
No, like a rag doll.
You know, like a Cabbage Patch Kid?
Oh no! I hate Cabbage Patch Kids. They're creepy. So if you're a mom and you have a little baby, do not buy them Cabbage Patch Kids.
And if you love Cabbage Patch Kids, we respect you. Don't just ignore Daisy. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, add them to a nice Irish dish.
Oh, you're gonna eat the
Give me
Cabbage
some corned
Patch Kids
beef.
now? Now who's creepy? You're the one eating.
Corned beef.
You're eating dolls now. This is
Yeah.
great.
So, anyway, she's going to the dolly store, and she finds it's a nice dolly, so she brings it up to the register, to the cashier. And this dude is all like...
When you say this dude, is there another dude in the store? Or you're talking about the cashier now.
We're talking about the cashier.
Okay.
Bruh. So, let's say his name is John, and so he says, okay, this doll will be, wait, what's a normal Dolly price, Daddy?
I don't know, like $9.99.
Okay, well, he says the doll is $7.38.
Wait a minute. You just asked me what a normal price for a doll was, and then you're just going to ignore that and go with $7.32? Okay.
It's 38.
Okay,
Daddy,
sorry.
it's 38.
Sorry, I'll listen better. I promise.
Yeah. So, she's like, okay, whatever. Here's your money. And he goes, wait, I'm warning you, Barb. And she's like, don't call me Barb. I'm a sweet young woman.
It's Mrs. Deatley to you.
What?
Right? Mrs.
All right,
Deatley?
anyway, yeah. What? So, yeah. Let me give you the deets.
Try not to thrash around. It can get heard on the mic, but continue.
So, anyway, he's like, give me the deets. And she's like, okay. I'm buying my daughter a dolly for her early birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, whatever. So, I need to warn you.
Who says this, the mom or the clerk?
The clerk.
The clerk needs to warn the mom about something. Got it.
I need to warn you, Barb. And she's like, don't call me Barb. I'm a sweet young woman. So then he's like, okay, lady. So, with this doll, do not leave your daughter alone with this doll.
Dun,
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 dun.
dun.
Okay. Or what? Or what happens?
She's like, okay, whatever.
So she doesn't ask.
Yes, she doesn't ask.
She's just profoundly...
Like on every scary story,
She's
they
just
just don't ask and then something really terrible
She's
happens,
just
of course.
profoundly incurious. Got it.
Yeah, she's
Continue.
indifferent about this
All
subject.
right. She's indifferent
like,
about her child's life.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Continue.
she buys it. She goes home. She gives it to Molly. Molly's like jumping up and down. She's like,
Wait,
"Oh,
so
I
wait,
got it."
what kind of doll is this now? What does it look like, the doll?
Oh, right. She buys a mysterious clown doll.
A clown doll, because that's not creepy.
Yes.
Every kid wants a mysterious clown doll. I'm
Yes.
so afraid of clowns.
So anyway, the clown is mysteriously holding up 3 fingers, which are now stroking my chin.
Okay.
So she's like, okay, whatever. She brings it home, gives it to Molly, and Molly's like, OMG, Mom! I can't believe you gave me an early birthday present. And she's like, yeah, whatever. So the daughter...
I thought you said the mom was really sweet. Now she's turned into this completely jaded valley girl.
Yeah, so
Alright.
the daughter is like, OMG, Mom, I love this. OMG. GG. GG.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Move it along. Come on.
So, anyway. She loves the doll, and then she goes to bed with the doll.
And the mom, right? Because the mom knows not to leave her daughter alone with the doll, right?
No, the mom was pretty indifferent about that situation. So, yeah, she just left, and she brushed her teeth.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun.
Nothing ever ends well that involves teeth brushing.
So anyway, she goes to brush her teeth, she goes to bed, and then Molly's just laying there with her doll, and then falls asleep. Sleep. So anyway, the mom wakes up and she's like, OMG, I think I should go and check on my daughter. So then she goes to check on her daughter. Dun dun dun. She opens the door. The daughter is gone.
Oh no.
She looks everywhere around the house. She looks all over Chicago. Chicago. There's no one except for everybody else. She sees the clown doll inside of the room, and it is now mysteriously holding up 4 fingers. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my God! So are you saying? That Molly was the fourth child that the doll took?
I don't know.
That was a great story. Loved it. I'm a little bit scared of clowns and dolls and Molly's and Barbara's now.
Yeah, and Sagittarius's.
I just don't trust them. I'm not afraid of them. I don't trust them.
Mom was a Capricorn, by the way.
I hate Capricorns too.
Yeah, I know that.
Unless you're listening to Kinda Murdery, in which case I love you, Capricorns and Saggies. But the rest of you guys, you suck. All right.
OMG.
Not true. I love all astrological
All
signs.
those Saggies out there.
I'm not a zodiac racist. Okay.
I love you.
So, Daisy, you want to hear a little bit about the special Boonville language known as Boontling?
Okay, what?
As soon as you're done sucking down that watermelon LaCroix, this girl cracks like 6 cans of sparkling water a day.
You're exaggerating. I only have like 3.
She sucks them down like a Wisconsin dad drinking Milwaukee's best.
Yeah, I just went into the fridge and the beer that my dad has bought for himself is called Arrogant Bastard Ale. So I really know that it suits him now. Beer.
Touche, kiddo. Touche. All right. So, Boontling, the lingo of Boontville. All right. In the mid-1890s, storekeeper W.W. Boone settled in southern Anderson Valley among families that brought Scottish and Midwestern patterns of speech. And during that time, in the mid-1890s, young men picked hops, sheared sheep, and displayed marvelous wit, cleverness, and intelligence by creating a forcefully descriptive 1,500-word language harped by 500 residents. Harped is how they said talked, spoke. So the versatility of Boontling is apparent. Here's an example of a Boontling phrase. Bucky waltered my applehead to a tidrix for... Whoa.
Ew.
All right. Here's the versatility of Boontling is apparent. Here's an example of a Boontling phrase. Bucky waltered my applehead to a tidrix for... What the fuck? Okay. Bucky waltered my applehead to a tidrix for ball, chiggle, and Z's. That sounds real, right? Okay, so, what does this actually mean? Derivations of this Bucky waltered my applehead to a tidrix for ball, chiggle, and Z's. I don't think ball, chiggle, and Z's is something I should be talking about on the show with my 10-year-old kid. But
ball, chiggle, and Z's, my God.
So here are the derivations. I know. A payphone, back in the day, a payphone cost an Indian head nickel, which was called a bucky. And Walter Levi was the man who owned the first phone, the first payphone in Boonville. So to Bucky waltered means that I called because Bucky being the nickel spent to make the call and Walter being the phone. Now, applehead, spelled HPPOLED, comes from applehead, which is an unusual circumlocation for girlfriend. Now, I have a take on why that is, because it used to be typical in those times to dry apples and then make dolls with heads made out of shriveled apples. So applehead is probably slang for doll, which is slang for girlfriend, a la Guys and Dolls.
Okay, so Bucky waltered my applehead is I called my girlfriend?
That's right. Bucky waltered my applehead means I called my girlfriend. That's right. So then, moving on, because now we got to find out about ball, chuggle, and Z.
What? This sounds really wrong, Daddy.
It sure does.
Really wrong. The next 2 words are from Scottish.
Bucky waltered my applehead to a tidrix. Now, a tidrix, we know Bucky waltered my applehead is I called my girlfriend. A tidrix is a shortening of tea drinkers, which is a party. And the next 2 words, which are ball, chuggle, and Z's, are from Scottish. And coffee commemorates camp cook CZZ's Blevins, known for his strong brew. So the full translation is, I telephoned my girlfriend to go to a party for good food and coffee.
Did you just say that Bucky Waltered my applehead to a Tidrix for ball, chuggle, and Z's? Means I telephoned my girlfriend to go to a party for good food and coffee. Okay, that's a little bit extravagant.
I'll say. Yeah, so that's right, though. I Bucky Waltered my applehead to a Tidrix for ball, chuggle, and Z's means I telephoned my girlfriend to go to a cheese and coffee party. Which,
these boons are really weird.
Yeah, I'd say just a cheese and coffee party is weird. Who has coffee? Who eats cheese with their coffee?
Okay,
anyway.
I would like to say that these boons are quite eccentric people.
Oh, they're boony. They're boony as heck.
What?
Yeah. So, use of Boontling declined after 1917 when Boonters marched into the Great War, but Boontling continues to amaze listeners and baffle outsiders. Yeah, that is Boontling, folks. You can find out all about it through Google.
Yes, Google knows everything.
All right, well.
No one. We would be in an apocalypse without Google.
Or maybe we would not be in an apocalypse without Google.
Or maybe we would. We would turn into chickens pecking around asking for answers.
All right, well, this has been an absolute blast. Daisy, thank you so much for being here. It's been really fun to record the show with you.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you, people.
For Daisy Foo Odelberg, I'm Zevon Odelberg.
Darn right it is.
And this has been Kinda Murdery.
Now go be sussy.
Definitely gonna cut that.
Kinda Murdery, The Emerald Triangle, is created, researched, edited, produced, and hosted by Zevon Odelberg, with opening theme by Niall Madden and art by the Gin of Lang. Available now on all podcasting platforms. If you like the show, please subscribe, review, and tell your friends. You can find us on social media at Kinda Murdery or email at kindamurdery@gmail.com.